This video is for 1.3 cell structures. I can describe the structures found in a eukaryotic cell. As you watch, a reminder to pause the video when you need to go back and rewatch if you missed something and take notes as you go. And Cornell Notes is an option for those of you in Avid or who want to try using that style. All right, review of 1.1. What are the three parts of the cell theory? You should hopefully be able to tell me that cells are the smallest unit of life, that all living things have cells, and that cells come from pre-existing cells. Review of 1.2. Prokaryote versus eukaryote, right? How are they similar? How are they different? Do you know which one has a nucleus and which one does not? Do you know, if I were to ask you for an example of a prokaryote, could you tell me it's bacteria? And an example of a eukaryote, could you tell me it was plant, animal, or fungi, or mushroom? If not, I want you to pause this video and I want you to go back and do some more work on 1.2 before starting 1.3. All right, today's topic is organelles. These are the little structures found inside the cell. They all have a specific job that you need to know. So looking here, this is an animal cell. I have a nucleus. I have the ER, which is the endoplasmic reticulum. I have a cell cytoplasm. I have mitochondria. And here is a diagram of a plant cell. I have a large vacuole. I have a cell wall and a cell membrane that go around the outside. I have my nucleus, my ER. The Golgi apparatus is labeled on here. I have my mitochondria, and I also have my chloroplast. So by the end of 1.3, you should be able to tell me what the job is of all those organelles that I just mentioned. So to start with, here I have the nucleus. Now, from 1.2, you should hopefully be able to tell me that the nucleus is storing something, and that is DNA. So the genetic material, or DNA, that controls the cell's activities is found in the nucleus. So the cell membrane goes all the way around the outside of the cell. It lets things in and out. It is a thin, flexible barrier around a cell. It regulates what enters and leaves the cell. Now, a reminder, I want you to pause this video when you need time to write, and then resume it when you're ready to go on. All right, the mitochondria converts chemical energy from food into ATP. The chloroplast is going to use sunlight to make food for a plant through a process called photosynthesis. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is all of this space here, this light blue. It's a gel-like material that supports and protects the organelles. Ribosomes. Now the ribosomes are these little dots on the ER here, and then they're also going to be free-floating. They produce proteins, right? And proteins are the building block for an amino acid, which is fundamental for pretty much everything in an organism. The vacuole. The plant has a large vacuole. Animal cells have a small one, but that is responsible for storing materials such as water and salt. The cell wall. Now the cell wall is going to be found only in plants. Put a star by this one. That's really important. It's only in plants. Oh, actually go back and star the chloroplast too, because that's plant only. So the cell wall goes all the way around the cell, kind of like the cell membrane, but the cell wall is a strong supporting layer. It's outside the cell membrane, and it's found in plants. The rough endoplasmic reticulum. These are the lipids and proteins are assembled and exported from the cell. The rough endoplasmic reticulum has the little ribosomes attached to it. Compared to the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it does not have ribosomes on it, and this is where enzymes help create membrane lipids. And membrane lipids would be part of the cell membrane, and lipid is fat. The Golgi apparatus looks kind of like the ER. This is where the Golgi apparatus, this modifies, sorts, and packages proteins from the ER. So you can kind of think of this as like a mailman or UPS or something like that, for modify, package, and sort. And those are the structures you need to know for 1.3 cell structures. Now, make sure you go back. You practice these. I would highly recommend making some flashcards or a foldable, because these you will just need to repeat over and over until you get the hang of it.